All right, so doing my own camera work here. So I just felt it was important to put this to words after today's Indigenous Remembrance Day ceremony that I participated in with at the Mission Friendship Center today. So today is the 8th of November. It is the day that we recognize Remembrance Day for Indigenous folks. And I'm not going to go into all the details, but there is a reason why. There is a different one. Part of the reasons they were not treated equally when they came back, so they couldn't toast to the Queen in a legion, could they? So that's not what I'm here to talk about. What I am here to talk about is all the people I met today at the Friendship Center in Mission. Really fantastic. There's always lots of Douglas people, Port Douglas, Tabella, Skookumchuck. And I did not share when I spoke to the people there my connection, although I did share with some of you when we were in person. I was born in Florida. My name is David Parrott, named after my grandfather, David Lind. My grandfather, David Lind, worked for Mr. Tathui at Skookumchuck, Port Douglas, Tabella area for many years during the war. And so I have a family connection to the person that I'm named after at the end of Harrison Lake, Port Douglas, and to the Douglas Lillooet Lake people that live there. So a number of years ago, I acquired some baskets from my mother who were given to my grandfather, Dave, that I'm named after, where he worked for Mr. Tathui in a logging camp at the end of Port Douglas. In the summer months, it was just him and the cook from the band down the street. And she gifted my grandfather, a basket, and about 1942 to 44 maybe, probably 42, maybe. This one had leather hinges, and a great story on this one. She made them. She is the great aunt of Ricky and Linnea Battelle. And when I showed them to those two women from Mission, they explained to me who made them. They knew without me even telling them. And so here they are here. And so beautiful baskets. The Frog clan has these colors, so they knew that right away was their family, Ricky and Linnea. So it was their great aunt. They nailed it without me telling them anything. So it's a great story here. And today at the Friendship Center at the Remembrance Day ceremonies, I met a lady from Bellingham, somewhere in Bellingham, and she said it was her mother's sister who made these baskets. So while it was fresh in my mind after the experience today, I just wanted to put to video, our lives and our twists and our connections. So I'm named after Dave Lind, who has a connection to the Lillooet Lake people of Port Douglas, Tabella, Skookumchuck, by working with those people who worked through World War II in the logging camps because they were not allowed to go in the service because logging was an essential service. Who, if you look at the roles of those that did serve in the Canadian Forces, and many of them served in the U.S. Forces, like me as a Canadian, because in the case of the Indigenous people, they had the right to join the U.S. Forces as Indigenous folks, and therefore are dual citizens. So I found out today at the Friendship Center that many of them joined the U.S. Forces, or the women were nurses in the U.S. Forces, specifically because they would lose their status card if they joined the Canadian Forces. So I don't know all the story and the backstory to that, but learned lots of stuff today, met some really neat people that are descendants of the people that made these wonderful baskets. And I just didn't make all the connections till the day was over after having lunch with the elders lunch and then doing the Indigenous Remembrance Day and meeting different people from other areas from Bellingham that were originally from Port Douglas and meeting all the people from Port Douglas. Just how these circles are in life. I mean, after all, folks, I was born in Florida. Yes, I moved here at 6. Yes, my mom's from Canada. Clearly, my grandfather is from here. But these connections, where these baskets that my mother gave me, this was her school lunch basket. She took her lunch to the Abbotsford Airport to go to elementary and high school. And to have these, to meet a lady today from Bellingham, your mother's sister made this basket. Incredible. So I had to put that on video before it totally was not so in my heart and in my mind. And I may post some more on this later, but yeah, thank you.